In this lesson, we will learn about Microsoft Entra ID license feature comparisons. First, we will learn about the features in Microsoft Entra ID free license, P1 license, and P2 license. Then we will provide the Microsoft Entra ID license summary. After that, we will answer the question, how many licenses do I need? And finally, we will conclude our lesson with the review questions. As you know, when you sign up for a new Azure account or a Microsoft software as a service application such as Office 365, you are assigned with a Microsoft Entra ID tenant free license. With the Entra ID free license, you have basic identity and access management, which means you can create users or groups and add many other software as a service applications to the tenant, or even create your own apps in Azure. Then grant the user and groups the access to Azure apps. The users that you created can access Azure apps based on their permissions. In the free Entra ID license, you can also enable security defaults feature, which allows you to configure MFA for the users, and the user have to provide MFA approval before accessing Azure apps. Additionally, with the free Entra ID license, you can enable hybrid identity on-premises integration by setting up the Entra ID Connect to synchronize the user and groups from on-prem Active Directory to Entra ID like this. The users and the groups from on-prem Active Directories now can be used to grant the access to Azure apps, and then they can log on to Entra ID and access Azure apps as the ones created in Azure. You may upgrade your Entra ID to P1 license, which includes all the features in Entra ID free license. With P1 license, you can configure and enforce conditional access policies that determine how users access applications based on conditions like device compliance or locations. In P1 license, the multi-factor authentication allows to verify users' identity using multiple conditions configured in conditional access policies such as mobile authentication app, device type, or locations. Additionally, P1 license allows to enable self-service password reset for users to reset their passwords without needing IT support, which improves efficiency and reducing downtime. If you need privileged identity management or PIM, you must upgrade to P2 license. PIM allows to set up eligible roles for Entra admins to request their roles when they need, and the roles become active only when the request is approved. Additionally, P2 license allows you to configure identity protection, which uses machine learning to detect and mitigate identity-related risks such as compromised credentials or unusual sign-in behavior. With P2 license, you can set up access reviews to periodically review and confirm user access to resources, ensuring compliance and reducing unnecessary permissions. Finally, P2 license offers advanced security reports and alerts, which provide insights into security threats and identity-related risks, helping administrators take proactive measures. This table shows us the summary of which features are available in which license. So how many licenses do I need? The simple answer is that every user who benefits from the feature must have a license that offers that feature or a higher license. For example, if it is configured to apply conditional access policies to 100 users, then it requires 100 P1 licenses. And if it is configured privileged identity management or PIM for 10 users, then it requires 10 P2 licenses. Let's now conclude our lessons with the review questions.